Peace and Pugilism Fight Fanatics is Myron Magnus in another segment of Boxing Logics United. The Gypsy King. The mighty Gypsy King has said, I don't know if I have to fight anymore. And a whole bunch of rubbish, as they say across the pond, that he's gained all the belts and he doesn't need defenses. He wakes up every day and is happy. A whole soliloquy of shit. And this is not the first time for Tyson Fury. The thing is here. Tyson Fury is oftentimes comparing himself to Muhammad Ali. But here's the truth. He talks nothing like Muhammad Ali when it comes to being a true champion. Muhammad Ali had 10 title defenses. Tyson Fury, you have 1. Here's just an objective perspective, brother. Okay? Deontay Wilder couldn't have solidified your legacy when you consider Deontay Wilder a dosser, a bum. Somebody who's going to go back and work at the fast food restaurant, like you said at a pre-fight press conference, after your fight last Saturday. A man of this minimum skills in boxing can't be somebody that solidifies your legacy. It can't be the reason you say, well, I don't have to fight anymore. I just beat Deontay Wilder. While you and every gypsy out there and every Brit out there and most Americans have agreed that Wilder, even Teddy Atlas on his own show, have agreed Wilder is not a very skilled fighter. You was all ready to go to fight Anthony Joshua. And you know what Anthony Joshua has in common with Wilder? Although Anthony Joshua has a few more skills, he has his strengths, but Wilder has some strengths and skills that maybe Joshua don't have. Wilder never had stamina issues. Joshua has stamina issues. Joshua maybe had an uppercut too, a decent left hook, and a right. The uppercut, we saw it 2 occasions. It wasn't nothing like every single fight he was banging Bammers with the uppercut. No, we only saw it 2 fights. Dillian Whyte, Vladimir Klitschko. Yeah, great. And Wilder just had his right hand, but it was fast. Wilder had better agility. Okay? The 2 things those guys have in common were many people thought they were the least skilled. They're the least skilled out of the bunch, right? Besides Dillian Whyte. They're less skilled than Joe Joyce. They're less skilled than Alexander Usyk. They're less skilled than Luis Ortiz. But you're quick to fight Joshua or Wilder, but not fight Usyk. Or after you beat Wilder just a second time, my apologies, because the first fight was a draw. I know many people don't like to hear that, but that's the truth. After you beat him a second time, you talking about quitting. I never heard Muhammad Ali talk like that. I never heard Joe Frazier talk like that. George Foreman. All this flaky behavior. So my question is Tyson Fury navigating his way through the heavyweight division the best possible way he can to make himself look the best possible way he could look? You have to ask this question now. You have to. You beat a Klitschko, older one. He was past 36, right? Past 35, 36, whatever. 37. So you beat an older Klitschko. Great. A litany of issues after that. C19, depression, no rematch with Klitschko. Why didn't you want to fight Klitschko a second time? It's the question we must ask then. We must now connect to critical thinking because this type of behavior leads somewhere. This type of behavior tells something. What are you trying to hide? I'm just asking. Are you afraid of being exposed? That's why after the Deontay Wilder fight, he was quick to admit, I didn't look my best tonight. It seemed like Fury and Joshua got something in common, but they don't like to lose. They don't like to look bad losing. Joshua's uttered those words, and Klitschko, of course, uttered it or admitted to it in the fight versus Deontay Wilder. He didn't look good. A lot of the greats, heavyweights, peers said it was a sloppy fight. So is that why you want to run off? Are you afraid Usyk would expose you and make you look sloppy? We have to ask these questions. Because, in my opinion, Tyson Fury must fight Tyson Fury for Tyson Fury's legacy to be solidified, to be the best fighter of this era, truly, he has to fight Joshua. Okay? But I believe he must fight Joe Joyce too, who has a good amount of experience. Amateurs more so, but still a tough fight. He has to fight Alexander Usyk without a freaking doubt. Okay? And who else? Maybe Luis Ortiz if he wants to. But I don't think just 30-something fights. What, 31? 31 fights, one title defense will cut it. I don't think it will cut it, bro. Okay? And Tyson Fury acts a bit, and this is just speculation, but he acts a bit like he has a guilty conscience for something. You know, guiltiness causes depression. Maybe he's guilty. Maybe. Just throwing it out there. And for all you guys who swear, oh, he's a Wilder fan, talk about myself, you need to watch my catalog. For the last 3 years, I'm a bigger Joshua fan and Fury fan than Wilder. Actually, I built this channel on disparaging Wilder. But now, Wilder's growing on me. I cared about him. I wanted him to learn. I saw he needed things he needed to attack. And sometimes I express that with care. Sometimes I express that with frustration. Sometimes I express that as a freaking asshole. And I'm sitting here admitting it on Boxing Logics United. But Wilder's showing something that right now, with the way Fury's talking, he's showing something. He possesses a character trait, a good character trait that Tyson Fury may lack. And that's what's hurting me right now about Tyson Fury. Wilder may have more honor than him. Everybody's been going on about Wilder and him not saying, I don't respect you in the corner and not want to congratulate Fury. And yes, I know he congratulated him today in the Twitter. But maybe he did. Maybe he felt that way because Tyson Fury was trying to get out the contract rematch that they had. Maybe he felt that way because Tyson Fury is wearing what I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, horsehair gloves. Maybe it's a few other things behind the scenes we don't know. Maybe it's because Tyson, of course, got caught using a banned substance. We knocked Canelo for it. We got to be fair across the board here on Boxing Logics United. I've knocked Wilder. I've got over half my catalog is disparaging Wilder. Bigging up Joshua. Now, Joshua, I've had to disparage him too. I'm here to just be objective, use critical thinking, and just have good talking points that we could discuss about. But I got to be honest. Wilder showed me a quality the other night. And yes, it's sad that he went down, but the desire to keep going on, that I can't disparage Wilder no more. I'm starting to root for Wilder. Real talk. For the whole entire YTBC to see. I'm starting to root for Wilder. Because if anybody could come back from a whipping like that, it's that stubborn, hard-headed motherfucker. And you got to admire and appreciate that no matter how many skills he lacked. But Tyson Fury is showing the side of him to us, that we're seeing the side of Tyson Fury in the United States that perhaps the UK have seen long time, and why the UK, Tyson Fury feels the UK never really accepted him or anointed him like the Queen did Lewis Hamilton, right? And Tyson Fury took digs at Lewis Hamilton because the Queen anointed him but didn't anoint him. With all these things coming up, Tyson, I told you the names: Joyce, Usyk, Joshua, Dylan White. You must beat them four before you start getting the credit you deserve truly, truly. All this rubbish and back and forth and stuff and this tit and tat don't look good. It don't look good at all. But that's all I have for this evening. My name is Myron Magnus. Tell me what you think. Let's debate about it. Peace and pugilism.